Hey y'all, what's up? I'm back in the building with another video. I'm coming to you with the Love and Hip Hop Season 9, Episode 7, titled Black Diamond. They still on this whole Fix It weekend with the girls trip. And yeah, so we basically start off with this whole Cheyenne and Kiyomi fighting situation. We basically pick up off from last week where they started with this whole Cheyenne and Kiyomi situation, fighting over Shooter. You know, they just walked into this restaurant that Young Jock was having this event. So it's just a lot going on. The girls are pretty much getting ready to scrap. But let's talk about a few things. Let's talk about, did I hear scrap and Yomi? Not scrap. Yeah, Scrap Deli, not scrap. And when I mean scrap, I'm not talking about Young Scrappy. I mean, I'm talking about Scrap Deli Young. Was it me or did I kind of hear Cheyenne talking about that Yomi had an overnight bag in this whole situation? So now I'm guessing some things out in the atmosphere that Yomi and Scrap possibly have dated and messed around too. Now, is it me or is this whole situation, this whole open relationship getting ready to backfire on Shooter? I just feel like this whole open relationship, when you open Pandora's box, it's kind of no going back and closing the door. So, you know, who knows how many other girls that are partners like each other actually really has. Like, who's going to be open and say, you know what, this week I'm talking to 5 people, this week I'm doing this. But however, I like Cheyenne. I really hope she gets it together. Cheyenne is a beautiful, black, educated woman. And we're going to get down into Cheyenne in just a few. But let's keep on riding this story. Cheyenne mad at Scrap Deli for not, you know, for Yomi being at his house. It's like, why was she at your house? You can't check your brother about who he talking to. And, you know, she was mad about him. Like, you know, I'm out here going through all of this and doing all of this. And you stood there basically the whole time and you didn't say anything. Kiyomi, don't you think this all would have been prevented if you would have told your brother Scrap years ago? Because you guys have been dating, what, 2 years now? At least if you'd have told him about last year, he could have had your back and he'd have been like, yo, bro, or yo, sis, this is the type of friend or brother that I know this guy to be. I don't really think he's a good fit. But you didn't give him an opportunity to. You didn't give him space. You didn't give him an option. You didn't give him a choice. You just basically threw it on him 2 years later, and then you get mad at him for not defending you in the parking lot. I just think Shooter is just so corny. I don't know if this is like TV Shooter, like I said, I've seen him before out. But just his whole storyline, just the way that he talks to women, just the way that he walks around thinking he's like, you know, the it-all, be-all, just the way that he carries himself. I'm not the biggest Shooter fan, even when it comes to doing, even us seeing him trying to do business. I don't see him being a good, faithful businessman. And I have to agree with Scrap Deli. Scrap was like, listen, I don't want to be in business with somebody who I have to think or wonder if you're loyal or what's your next move. I don't want to be in business with somebody where I'm questioning their next move. So Scrap Deli, I definitely agree with you in that area. So let's go ahead and get into this Ciara and Karlie Red situation. So the girls finally meet up and they finally talk because, you know, Karlie Red and Ciara, they got into a physical altercation a few weeks ago. So they finally are in a place where they can have a sit down. They both miss each other. It was kind of, for me, it was good to see Karlie Red and Ciara get back on good terms. But let's kind of break that scene down real quick. So I know that Karlie Red had basically told Ciara, like, listen, you tell me all of your problems, but you never check in with me and let me know or ask me what I have going on. Have you guys ever been in a one-sided relationship? Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know if you've ever been in a one-sided relationship like Karlie Red and Ciara. Karlie Red feels like Ciara is never there for her, and yet you want me to be this amazing friend to you. However, you haven't been such a great friend to me. You don't ask me how I'm doing. You don't ask me what I got going on. And so they both just basically agree at the end of the conversation that they're going to be better friends to each other. And that's all that we basically can say, can appreciate, and, you know, just can be grateful for, because it's it's kind of hard to come by great friends these days. So I'm just kind of glad that they worked it out, and I'm glad that they both can hear and see and understand each other, because that's what friends do. Because we've all been in a situation where we feel like we poured into another person so much, and it's kind of like, girl, every time you come around, I'm giving you $1. I'm letting you use my light. I'm letting you use my charger. It's like you always need something, but it's just kind of like, what are you giving? It's a relationship, whether it's friendship, businessship, whatever type of, relationship, there needs to be some type of give and take. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. Speaking of give and take, Chicana snaps on Ciara on the bus, because Chicana basically was asking a question like, well, y'all good? Like, what happened? What's going on? Y'all gonna spill the tea? And Ciara's response was, in my opinion, a little bit like, ooh, girl, that was a little spicy. But I do think Chicana overreacted. However, do you guys feel like Chicana talk a lot of junk, but she can't back it up? It's just like, Chicana, you start all this junk. Like, Chicana was on the bus and was just like, and I don't care about no punks, because I think the girls on the bus like, oh, here we go again. You know how somebody's like huffing and puffing? So I think the girls were like doing that, and Chicana was like, oh, I don't care who on the bus huffing and puffing. You can get it. I was just like, okay. But 20 seconds later, you outside running around talking about, security, get her. Chicana ain't want to pop her silicone. Y'all, I think that is so funny, so real, and so raw to see Chicana out there running from a fight. How many people we know got a whole lot of mouth and can't fight? I'm just like, girl, you talk too much to not be able to fight, mama. I think that you need to go take a few boxing classes before you be out here running your mouth in these streets. And I just feel like that's the type of person that Chicana is. Chicana is the type of person that just be doing all this talking, rah, all the foo la la, all that kind of carrying on. And it's just like, girl, when it all boils down to it, you ain't ready to pop off on nobody. So, Chicana's just funny to me. They just sitting on the bus doing a whole bunch of bickering and going back and forth, and everybody is pretty much over it at this point. Erica Mena and Kiyomi, they both meet up. They talk about this whole Bow Wow situation, because Kiyomi and Erica Mena have both dated Bow Wow. They both talk about the public stuff that they went through, and talk about the ups and downs of dating a celebrity, somebody in the light, somebody of the statue, and they've been communicating via social media, via Instagram. I think Erica Mena reached out to Kiyomi, so I think they finally met for the first time that night. However, with their meeting, Kiyomi was in a fight with Cheyenne, so they didn't really get to have a sit down and have a good discussion. But they sit down, they start talking, they kind of get down to the bottom of the Bow Wow situation. They talk about the fight that happened that night. So Erica Mena basically opens up the floor of discussion, and she's like, hey, so what happened the other night? So Kiyomi basically opens up about their open relationship and everything like that. And, it was just a bunch of fluff. And they get down to the bottom of the scene. And Erica Mena basically is getting ready to set up Kiyomi and Ciara to have a conversation about what's his name? About shooters. So I don't know if I would answer the phone if somebody would be like, hey, can you come to a sit down to talk to this new boy about this old boy that you used to talk to? I'm gonna be like, girl, no, I don't give a shit. I don't care about that stuff. I don't care. No, I can't come up there. Mimi set up this little ride between, a little Ferris wheel ride. First of all, I am terrified of Ferris wheel, so I definitely understand Karlie Red, and I definitely understand Spice getting upset and getting ready to freak out. I don't know why I can do scary roller coasters. I guess because it's fast and it's quick, but I don't like the Ferris wheels because they go so slow that I was making my stomach hurt. So I haven't rolled one in years. Anywho, a lot happened on this Ferris wheel. Chicana and Spice basically have a conversation to get down to the bottom of their drama. And Spice is just basically letting Chicana know, like, listen, I've been flying here from Jamaica, and I flew all the way here to come see this house, and I got here, and you didn't even answer my phone call. Girl, I have been there, where you go all the way to a city to handle business, or to another city, another state, or something like that, where you've actually had to travel to get business done, and you arrive, and there's nobody to handle business with. So Spice, I definitely agree with you. I definitely would have been hot with Chicana as well, but they get down to the bottom of it, and that's good. Tiffany Fox called Ciara on the phone because some girl was rubbing on BK in the club. Ciara, y'all already know how these men are. You can't leave them you can't even let them walk to the mailbox these days by their doggone self without them acting a fool. It's just like she can't even go out of town for a weekend without getting a phone call. First of all, them dragging Tiffany Fox's name into it, I felt like was so However, Ciara basically finds out that Shooter is sitting in the club. Some girl, he was talking about the girl sitting beside me. She was sitting beside us. So Ciara all upset. Ciara, leave. I'm not gonna tell you leave BK alone. But what I will say is, you know, him, you finding these second pages with him, you know, keeping up with his baby mamas and stuff like that, the red flags are there for a reason. So hopefully we see the rest of this storyline between you and BK play out, because now I think I'm interested. Let's get down to Cheyenne and Scrappy and Yomi and Shooter with this whole meetup. First of all, why the hell was y'all meeting up in this parking lot in this high rise, low rise, like, production? Y'all met up in a parking lot. Y'all couldn't even put them people in a restaurant, apartment clubhouse, a beach scene, something. Put them in a studio. Y'all put them people in a parking lot, and they just as dumb sitting out there fussing and carrying on. So you got, first of all, Cheyenne showed up ready to read, honey. Cheyenne showed up with the facts. Cheyenne like, girl, first of all, let me go and tell you about your man before you get out here trying to be cute. First of all, 1, 2, 3, and why was you coming up out of Shooter house the other, Scrap De Leon house the other night? So Shooter is all hot, because he like, oh, okay, so you out here playing in my face. And so I don't know what the world Yomi and Shooter had going on, but to me it looked like Scrap and Cheyenne won that battle. Even though nobody got to each other, it's just the level of unbothered that Scrap gave. And Cheyenne was given unbothered for the first little bit of time. Then she got distracted, and yeah, it was definitely a no because she turned it at the end, baby. Them bangers was in the wind. Cheyenne definitely wanted to get to Yomi. I just didn't like the parking lot scene. I did not like the parking lot scene. I definitely like that Cheyenne basically let Yomi know, like, you think you the HBIC. I done been around this man kids. You know what I'm saying? I done been around for 2 years. You know, Yomi already had a conversation about that last week. She was just like, why this girl talking crazy? Why she talking to me crazy? Why she saying all this stuff? Why don't she know about me? Because Shooter not being honest with you, Yomi. Come on, girl. All right, so that was pretty much the whole episode. It really wasn't giving too much. I actually like Cheyenne. I wish she really would have. I really wish she would have got hold to Yomi. I feel like girls like Yomi, it's a lot that I'm questioning about Yomi. One of the things that I'm questioning about Yomi is I'm pulling out a little colorism out of her, because there was one comment that she said, it was just kind of like, I thought you wanted some pretty kids. She's ugly. Why is she ugly? Because she wears her real natural hair, because she don't have them fake butt implants like y'all, and she might got a shot or two, or she might just got a big Georgia Peach, because she got a big booty to me. Excuse me. However, I did not like that Yomi made that comment. It's kind of like, I thought you wanted pretty kids. Wow, dark-skinned people not pretty enough to have beautiful black kids. I didn't like that comment, Yomi. Let's be clear. At this point, you doing whatever the hell you got to do to even get a Love and Hip Hop check. On that note, I'll see you guys later. Y'all tune into the next video. Follow me on all of my social media sites. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next what video. It's your boy Q. I'm out.